So my advice to them would be finding the right moment, finding the right time to start engaging in the advertising space or in ad revenue. And the reason I'm saying this is, if I put on an entrepreneur hat now, I'll tell you the typical thinking process for me. The first step for me as an entrepreneur, I want to prove that something works, right? So it's this value proposition that I need to deliver. So the second step for me becomes to scale. And the third step is I want to make money. That's the entrepreneurial way of thinking. If I put on a brand hat, it's the exact opposite, right? It's, here's a lot of money, right? Let me buy this from you, whatever it is. How many people actually saw it is the next question that comes in. And then the third thing is, hey, did it work? So they're working in exactly the opposite direction, right? That's the typical way of thinking for a brand. That's the typical way of thinking for an entrepreneur. And it's not a bad idea. Obviously, it's a great idea to keep them close and you know, to get them to sit together and think of ways to collaborate. But I think it's a little bit dangerous when on the expectations game, where a startup might come in with expectations to make money from a brand while they still maybe not have the scale, or they've just finished proving their concept, or they're even you know, a step before that. And brands coming in saying, this is exciting. It's very easy to excite brands about, you know, tech and you know, new innovations, new ideas, new apps, new devices. So brands might make the investment and then realize that not enough people, you know, were exposed. Reach is still a very important, you know, way of measuring impact for brands. And then the last point is, right, a lot of people saw it, but what did it do for my brand? And so the worry that I have is draining a startup from a resource perspective just to make a little bit of money, a little bit more short-sighted. The brand ends up a little bit unhappy. The entrepreneur typically will have a story because now Procter & Gamble or Pepsi or, you know, a really, you know, renowned brand have already partnered with them. It gives them a nice, you know, star to add to their, you know, accolades. But at the same time, it's a little bit risky. So I guess the summary of this for me is, be careful about what timing you enter in and set the expectations really right from the start.